Welcome to the Ohh Show with Orlana, your connection to events, topical interests, issues, and the movers and shakers in our world, and the opportunity to learn things that make you say, oh. Today, I am highlighting an organization that has become a cultural pillar in the city of Pittsburgh, the Legacy Arts Project. They're preparing for the 17th annual Keepers of the Flame Awards, a celebration honoring elders, youth, and community leaders who preserve and uplift African diaspora traditions. Joining me today is Patricia Ford, Director of Community Programs for the Legacy Arts Project, and she's here to share what makes this year's celebration so meaningful and how the community can get involved. Patricia, aka Patty, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So as I was talking, I'm like, does she go by Patricia or Patty? So what do you prefer?
It depends. You can call me Patty because we go way back, but but if you, I'm just meeting you, it's Patricia.
Okay, so we're going to say Patricia since this is on air.
Okay.
So we're going to dive in. Share with us, what is the Legacy Arts Project?
So the Legacy Arts Project, we are a cultural arts organization, and we preserve and share African diasporic traditions through dance, education, artist residencies, and we do this through community programs for youth, for adults, for elders. And we do this to build identity and connection and healing across generations.
And what are some of the programs that you offer?
Some of the programs we offer are our creative movement class, which is for ages 6 to 9, that's on Mondays from 5:30 to 6:45. And offered at that class is ballet and hip hop with an instructor by the name of Kalina Womack. And also Ashley Ford teaches African dance for that class as well. Also on Wednesdays, our um, Executive Director Erin Perry, she teaches an Afro movement and fitness class on Wednesdays, and that's from 6:30 to 7:30, and that's intergenerational. Any age can really do that class as well. And we also have a Saturday Institute on Saturdays from 10 to 2:30 for ages 6 to 13, where children get to come and they get African drumming, dance, visual arts, gardening, theater. They get it all, and they get to eat lunch too.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And the Legacy Arts Project, it is in Pittsburgh. And what's the address?
7227 Tioga Street, Pittsburgh, PA 15208 in Homewood.
And as I mentioned, you guys are preparing for your 17th. I can't believe you're up to 17th.
I
Keepers
know.
of the Flame. So what
Yes.
is the Keepers of the Flame Awards, and how does this benefit the community?
The Keepers of the Flame award ceremony and fundraiser, it means honoring. It's honoring the people who are continually carrying our culture forward. They're making sure that it's passed on. And this flame, it's representative of our heritage and of our creativity and our history. And being a keeper really means that you're protecting it. You're not only protecting it, but you're teaching it as well, and you're carrying it forward for the next generation.
Mhm.
And that's all encompassing as far as what is Keepers of the Flame is.
So how were this year's elder and youth honorees selected, and what qualifies someone to be a Keeper of the Flame?
Well, the qualification basically is it starts with your age. So
Mhm.
we just started adding the youth as Keepers of the Flame last year.
Mhm.
And as a youth, you have to be ages 18 to 30. And then our elders, it's 65 and up. So the age is the first thing, but
Mhm.
also you're chosen based on your dedication to preserving the arts, practicing and passing it on these cultural traditions.
Mhm.
Um, and the elders, they're definitely recognized for their lifetime of mentorship, their leadership, and their commitment to the arts. And the youth, they're honored for their passion and their growth and their efforts to keep carrying this culture forward. So a keeper of the flame, it's really someone who's actively preserving heritage and inspiring others. And this ensures that, the traditions of our culture just continues forward for generations.
So you said the youth component was added last year. What prompted that addition?
Because we saw that there's youth out here doing the thing, and they are so deserving, and they're going to be the next generation. They're the ones coming up behind us. So we wanted to find a way to honor those ones as well. Mm-hmm.
I love it. So the award ceremony, you mentioned this, is also your major fundraiser. How
Mm-hmm.
will the funds raised support the Legacy Arts Project?
It directly supports legacy arts, and this helps with our artist residencies. It helps with our cultural education for our youth and our elders, and it just provides access. So many of our youth, especially, they don't have the access to the arts that they deserve, and it also preserves the cultural traditions that we have, and creates so many. What do I want to say? Opportunities for mentorship, and also the connections in the community. And that's so important to us. And we just want to make sure that every dollar helps to inspire and empower across generations.
So the 17th annual Keepers of the Flame, it's December 13th.
December 13th.
What can we expect from the event in terms of performances and cultural storytelling? What can we expect if we decide we're going to attend the 17th Keepers of the Flame gala and fundraiser?
Well, one of the things you can expect is we always have a procession. The procession is going to this year include our youth from the creative movement class, as well as elders, which will be a beautiful thing to see. Also, our ED, Erin Perry, she is also putting together choreography that I will take place in as well. For the performance, we also have one of our artists who will do poetry. Um, we have, of course, always our drum call. We have our drummers on call at all times. And then we also have Brother Amer, who is a wonderful storyteller, who will be there as well. And we might even have an impromptu fashion show. That's probably going to happen, But we can't forget, of course, the visual tributes that are going to celebrate our honorees in their heritage.
Now the gala, is it theater style where we're coming to see performances, or is it dinner and performances?
So it will start at 6, and at 6 is the reception. So there'll be a reception, and you'll have small bites and be able to, hear music and just be within the community and talking to each other. And that will go from 6 to 7, from 7 to 8:30. We will then actually have the award show, which will
Okay.
start out with the procession. And then from 8:30 to 10, we will have like an after party where you can kind of just
Okay.
mingle, maybe dance a little if you want to, laugh, all the things.
Nice. And where will this be held?
This will be at the Energy Innovation Center on Bedford Avenue in the Hill District.
Nice.
Yes.
Now, I understand there's a silent auction, and I was told that at Keepers of the Flame, this is always a highlight. So, what kinds of things are featured during your annual silent auction?
We usually have a variety of things. We have a basket that's usually like all legacy arts type of baskets and T-shirts and cups and things of that sort. And so there's different types of baskets. But one of the things that's really near and dear to us and close to our hearts is a powerful artwork from the Breaking Generational Curses collection. And this collection is created by incarcerated artists, and each of these pieces reflects their resilience, transformation, their hope. And by bidding on these, the attendees, they support these artists and their efforts. And these artists are just trying to express and heal and create a positive change. Um, And it's a way to acquire meaningful art, of course, while we're amplifying their voices that, don't get heard often.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Circling back to the style of the gala, is a gala, but what's the dress? Is it black tie? Is it African attire? Is it come as you are? What how should we dress if we plan on attending?
It's dressed to impress. And
Okay.
when we come out, we come out. So, it can be black tie, it can be African, you can have touches of this, touches of that, but it is dressed to impress. Come fashion show ready if you want. You might be up there. We might call you out. So you want to be ready.
Now, can you share a meaningful moment from past celebrations that demonstrated the power of intergenerational cultural preservation?
Yeah, there's been so many, and I think some of the most memorable are when the youth and elders are able to dance and drum
Mhm.
in the same pieces. And I know myself and Erin Perry, our executive director, our children have grown up in this, so we get to actually dance alongside of them, along with the elders, and it's such a great experience that we've had the privilege of experiencing several times. And those moments are so wonderful to look back on and to see. And this year, you will also get to see that, especially with the processional, you'll get to see that intergenerational side of things, and show how everything's being passed on to the next generation, the next generation.
You
Yeah.
all do a very good job in doing that. I attended Dance Africa this year, which is another one of your premier events.
Yes.
And you're correct. It showed from teeny tiny youth all the way to seniors, but there were pieces where all of those generations were together. And you're right, there were mom daughter combinations. Like,
Yes.
that's her
Many.
daughter.
Many. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is an opportunity, and it's an opportunity as an audience member to see people that I didn't even know dance.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, like I go to church with her. I didn't know she danced.
Right. Exactly.
But it is a wonderful display of not only
Mhm.
talent, but how intergenerational they
Yes,
can come together. We could come together and create beautiful art.
exactly. Indeed. Yes.
I
Yes.
love
Yes.
it. So for people who can't attend, what are some meaningful ways that they can support the Legacy Arts Project year round?
For people who can't attend, there's some ways they can do this by donating, volunteering. They can participate in our programs and our workshops that we have. Did I say donating? That we're always in fundraising mode, so that's something that helps keep our cultural traditions alive and accessible throughout the entire year.
So as you look ahead, what is your vision for the future of the Legacy Arts Project and its impact on Pittsburgh's cultural landscape?
Well, I'd say our vision is to expand access to the arts, and we definitely want to deepen the intergenerational connections and ensure that our African and African diasporic traditions are thriving in Pittsburgh. We really aim to inspire our youth and to support our artists and strengthen community identity, so that legacy can continue to be a vibrant, lasting force in our city's cultural landscape.
You mentioned one of the ways people can support is to donate.
Yeah.
Where can they donate? And also, where can individuals purchase their tickets?
Individuals can donate. They can go directly to legacyartsproject.org. And you'll see, if you scroll all the way down, you'll see a donation button. And you can also purchase your tickets for keepers on that same website.
Awesome. Okay, so to make a donation and or to purchase your tickets
Yes.
to the 17th annual Keepers of the Flame Awards and Gala and fundraiser,
Mhm.
visit legacyartsproject.org. Patricia Ford, Director of Community Programs for the Legacy Arts Project. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having us. Yes. Thank you so much.
And thank you all for listening in. This is the Ohh Show with Orlana. Until next time, keep shining. Welcome to the Ohh Show with Orlana, your connection to events, topical interests, issues, and the movers and shakers in our world, and the opportunity to learn things that make you say, oh. Spirituality is rising in popularity among young adults, with 77% of Gen Z identifying as spiritual, and the U.S. Army is taking note. Focus on building purpose and preparing soldiers to face any challenge. Spiritual readiness is one of 5 pillars of the Army's holistic health and fitness system. The force's battle tested initiative to enhance soldier readiness and performance. Joining me today is Army Chaplain James Drake, and he's here to share how the Army is helping soldiers build their spiritual fitness and how we can too. Army Chaplain James Drake, welcome to the Ohh Show.
It's great to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
So I had to do a quick Google search and figure out the ages of Gen Z. So it told me that was 13 to 28. So, what do you think is behind this rise in spirituality among Gen Z? And are you seeing this trend reflected among soldiers?
Absolutely. Imagine growing up always having a device in your hand from your youngest age in memory. And this is what shapes Gen Z. They are a connected generation digitally. But here's the surprising reality amongst them: they are expressing more feelings of loneliness and isolation than any other generation as well. And so the mix of those two things, being connected but isolated, has led them down this path of asking some of life's hard and big questions. And that in turn has become a spiritual journey for many of our young people. And as a chaplain, I can tell you firsthand, when our soldiers find faith, they usually find what they need to face and overcome any adversity in their life. And that's why this spiritual conversation is so important.
So, why is spirituality so important to overall health and well being?
In short, because it makes us more resilient. Whether you're a civilian or in the military, the fact is that this is going to ground you into what is true, and it's going to help you endure the stress that you're going to face. And so for the Army, with the holistic health and fitness doctrines, it recognizes that we're holistic beings, and there's a physical, mental, and spiritual component to each and every one of us. And how we are in one of those areas of our life is going to either positively or negatively impact other areas of our life. And so as a chaplain, I want to do everything I can to help my soldiers understand their why so they can thrive in other areas of their life.
Now, you said something very interesting. You said, Gen Z, very connected digitally, but lonely and isolated. So once they inject spirituality into their lives, are they connecting more to people and God, or is it more of the connection with God, or a combination of both?
A combination of both is the answer, but both of it hinges on connection. Number one, they are connecting with something bigger than themselves, and that's important. And number two, it usually leads them to connect with others that are on a similar journey. And thus, the meaningful community, the feelings of significance are changing things inside of them and around them for good.
So, talk about your role, about the role spirituality has played in your own life.
Well, I'll tell you, my faith in Christ has changed everything for good. And whether they're positive challenges like American Ninja Warrior, High Rocks World Games, or pursuing special forces, my faith got me through, literally. On a more personal note, I've had some challenges in my life with my marriage and or my health, and my faith also helped me get through those as well. And not just my faith, but the faith of a chaplain who came alongside me and walked me down those difficult seasons in my life and helped me come out stronger on the other end. And it was such a positive experience for me. It really inspired me to want to become a chaplain for others and help them understand how faith can help them overcome too.
How long have you been a chaplain?
I've been in full-time ministry now for over 20 years, and I've been a chaplain with the military for 5 years. But I also serve as a chaplain for Major League Baseball. And so whether it's soldiers or high level professional athletes, these things are true that we're talking about today.
So, what advice do you have for young people who are interested in beginning a spiritual journey or in deepening their faith and they may not know how to begin?
What a great question. I'll pass on what was shared with me, and that was the words from one of the world's greatest leaders, Jesus Christ. He said, "When you know the truth, it will set you free." Meaning, don't chase what's trending, chase what has stood the test of time, because that's something you can build your life on.
Now, where can young people go for more information about the Army?
Check out goarmy.com. There they're going to find not a website, but a portal into an incredible world of opportunities. And in the world of the Army, perhaps becoming all they can be.
Army Chaplain James Drake, thank you so much for this conversation.
Great to be with you, O.
And thank you all for tuning in. This is the Ohh Show with Orlana. Till next time, keep shining.